The less you try to control, the more things just flow naturally, okay? I don't know who needs to hear this today, but your future husband's probably not the one that's seen your value and seen the potential in your connection and made you feel like you were everything that they wanted and everything that they value in a woman and everything that they're looking for, and then ran for the hills. That's probably not your husband. Your husband's probably the one that sees your value, sees the potential in the connection, sees the potential in the future with you, and then never allowed any opportunity to lose you. Is not going to allow anything to come in the way of losing you. Doesn't matter how far they need to go in themselves, doesn't matter what they are doing with their lives. If they meet you and they have the feeling that you are their one, whether you are or not, they will not allow you to feel like you're not. They won't leave you on red. They won't leave you undelivered for 5 days. They're not going to have you questioning whether or not you mean anything to them. They're not going to have you questioning whether or not this is going somewhere. If someone's sure of you, they're sure of you. I feel like you need to bring it back on yourself and actually reflect on how you feel sometimes when somebody isn't quite it for you, but like you like the company, or you like the attention, or you like whatever it is that they're providing for you, but you don't actually like them. And then recognize those behaviors, recognize what you do and how you act, and then recognize it when someone does it to you. And don't stay. And don't try and prove your value. And don't try and prove your worth. And don't try and prove you're deserving of it. Because if you have to ask, when you get it, it's not going to feel authentic. It's not going to feel good. If you have to ask for what you need, they're not the one. The one is going to just know. Well, you're going to know. And the one will want to know how to love you right. They will try and learn. They won't just go, oh, that's like, they don't like that. I'm just going to bail because I'm too scared that like it's not going to work. But if you have emotional, what's it called? Emotional maturity. If you're emotionally mature and you're a reasonable human being, and you have respect for people's time and energy and your own, usually people who don't respect your time and energy, or you as a person, or the authentic connection that you may share, is probably because they don't respect themselves and they don't like honor themselves, and they don't feel like they're deserving. Does that make sense? Everything is just a reflection and a projection of your own internal world. So when something's not working out the way that you particularly want it to work out, the best thing to do is actually turn inward and reflect on yourself. Like, what do I want? How am I behaving? Am I doing the actions that I would want someone else to do towards me? Am I behaving the way I would want someone else to behave towards me? Am I thinking about the way, like someone else, the way that I would want them to be thinking about me? Or am I playing a game? Am I trying to play the game? Am I trying to manipulate every situation so that it works out in my favor? Every conversation so that it works out in my favor? The less you try to control, the more things just flow naturally, okay? Just let go, be you. And if they don't want to be around you, like, the thing is about that feeling of like wanting someone to want you is more about ego, your ego, than it is about them not wanting you. Because at the end of the day, if they did and they turned around and they were doing to you what you were doing to them, you'd probably turn around and do the same thing they're doing. It's just 101 psychology. So reflect on yourself, work on yourself, better yourself. If you're not acting and behaving the way that you would want your partner to act and behave, then you need to check yourself first. Because if you're not behaving or acting the way that you would want someone else to, what makes you think someone else is going to want you if you're not acting that way and you're expecting them to? Bit of food for thought. I love you. Have a good day.